Smokey Robinson was born to an African-American father and mother. His uncle Claude gave him the nickname Smokey Joe when he was a child. He attended Northern High School, where he was above average academically and a keen athlete, though his main interest was music, and he formed a doo-wop group named the Five Chimes. At one point, he and Diana Ross lived several houses from each other on Belmont. He once said he has known Ross since she was about 8. Robinson said his interest in music started after hearing the groups Nolan Strong and the Diablos and Billy Ward and his Dominoes on the radio as a child. Robinson later listed Barrett Strong, a Detroit native, as a strong vocal influence. In 1955, he formed the first lineup of the Five Chimes with childhood friend Ronald Light and classmate Pete Moore. 2 years later, in 1957, they were renamed the Matadors and included Bobby Rogers. Another member, Emerson Rogers, was replaced by Bobby's cousin Claudette Rogers. The group's guitarist, Marv Tarplin, joined them sometime in 1958. The Matadors began touring Detroit venues around this time. They later changed their name to the Miracles. William Smokey Robinson Jr. was born on February 19, 1940. He was an American songwriter, singer, record producer, and former record executive. Robinson was the founder and frontman of the Motown vocal group The Miracles, for which he also served as the group's chief songwriter and producer. Robinson led the group from its 1955 origins as the Five Chimes until 1972, when he announced a retirement from the group to focus on his role as Motown's vice president. However, Robinson returned to the music industry as a solo artist the following year, later scoring top 10 solo hits such as Cruisin' in 1979, Being With You in 1981, and Just to See Her in 1987. Following the sale of Motown Records in 1988, Robinson left the company in 1990. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1987. Robinson was awarded the 2016 Library of Congress Gershwin Prize for his lifetime contributions to popular music. After a year of retirement, Robinson announced his comeback with the release of the Smokey album in 1973. The album included the Miracles tribute song, Sweet Harmony, and the hit ballad Baby Come Close. In 1974, Robinson's second album, Pure Smokey, was released but failed to produce hits. Robinson struggled to compete with his former collaborators, Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, and former Temptations member Eddie Kendricks, as all three had multiple hit singles during this period. Former Beatle George Harrison featured the track Pure Smokey on his 1976 album 33 and 1/3 as a tribute to Robinson. Harrison's fellow Beatles John Lennon and Paul McCartney were also fans of Robinson's songwriting, and the group covered You Really Got a Hold on Me on their second UK album with the Beatles. Smokey's time at the Apollo Theater was very memorable. He got to meet many artists who helped him become a better artist himself. If it weren't for the Apollo Theater, Apollo may have never made it into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.